Hey, man, who wins in the fight, Tyson Fury or George Foreman, man?
George Foreman in the first round knockout.
In the prime?
See. This is.
Come on now, we serious?
Yo.
Okay. I'm being confused.
Tyson Fury like 6'8", 6'9", number one. Because you were talking about how height and weight and all that plays a part. See, now you're going off of the name of George Foreman. I'm not gonna say who wins because I don't know. But what?
It sound like you disagreeing though. It sound like you disagreeing.
I disagree with the first round.
Okay, the first round was a joke. Foreman knocked him out within 3 rounds, bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Listen, it's very possible. Like, what you think, man? I don't know.
Yo, you need to watch that fight that we just mentioned earlier, George Foreman and Kevin Lau. When you see the type of guys that fought, who in the world another heavy hitter? Ernie Shavers.
Ernie Shavers, Ken Norton.
Bro, these guys hit like mules and
these guys and how skilled were these guys?
All of these guys we talking about is about 6'3". So George Foreman was about 6'3", 6'4" himself.
Oh, okay.
But you got to remember that wingspan. He had like a 71-inch reach though. So he was
against Tyson Fury's wingspan.
Tyson Fury probably about 72 to 74. So it's not much of a difference. So you got to think about that. For George to be compact and big like that.
You got to think about George. You got to think about George swinging upward too.
That part. But you got to think about what if George start going to the body though. If George start going to the body.
And what happens if Tyson Fury goes to the body? What do you mean Tyson Fury doesn't box?
If he goes to
I didn't say box. I said he's a box. He's out of shape. A good body shot.
I will agree that he's out of shape, but he's taken body shots before.
He ain't take no Foreman type body shot though.
Foreman body shot.
I can't speak to George Foreman's strength. I can't speak. I've heard that. You understand what I'm saying? But you're right. Who's to know? I can't speak on it definitively.
Foreman put that man in a body.
I won't say 3 rounds.
No more than 5. It does not go past 5.
I don't know.
We're talking about a farm Foreman?
What you say?
Listen, man, I think that'll be a tough one. Only because Tyson Fury likes to box just similar to Ali. That's what gave Foreman a problem. But I've never seen Tyson Fury take no shots that your boy Foreman's going to like a lot of those shots that Deontay was throwing at him was missing. And when he did hit him, you see he knocked him down and knocked him unconscious.
Wilder don't hit as hard as Foreman.
And Tyson Fury got up.
Yeah, but Wilder don't hit as hard as Foreman. Foreman is not missing recklessly like that.
At all.
Deontay Wilder was missing
against Fury. We don't know if he's going to miss Wilder like that.
No, because that was due to his style. Foreman didn't fight like that.
I agree with that. Because Deontay Wilder, he didn't have much of a skill set.
Yeah.
He could just live off of him being tall and being a knockout artist.
And throwing haymakers.
Exactly. And that's why I try to explain there's more to boxing than just being big and throwing punches. So when you meet somebody that's skilled like that and then he's bigger than you, it's different beat. So I don't know, man. I can't call that, but it will be a great fight to watch. I'll tell you that. I don't know.
And the only thing is if somebody wants to give a chance to Fury is because Fury can box. So from a boxing perspective, like I still see Foreman winning, but if you take somebody like with a high skill level, like a skill boxer like Evander Holyfield would demolish Tyson Fury. Because now he hit hard and he has skill.
Wait a minute now.
Oh, nah, I'm going there.
I don't know about that one right there, player.
Hell no.
What?
I don't know about that one right there.
He had to pull out all the stops just to beat Tyson. Wow.
Of course. Tyson is beating Tyson Fury. Of course.
What I'm saying is,
young
What I'm
Mike
saying
Tyson
is-
might just do it.
Right, but what I'm saying is that he had to grab up Mike, headbutt him, do all of that type of stuff. I don't know if he's gonna have that same luxury against Tyson Fury. I don't think Evander Holyfield was as good as he's giving him the credit for.
Nah, he was. He was just undersized. He was
Hold on,
undersized.
he's great. He's a great, but I
But
listen,
put some respect in your voice when you talk about the real deal.
You're not on
the competition.
Put
What
some
top tier
respect.
competition has Tyson Fury beaten?
Mm, mm.
What top tier competition has Tyson Fury beaten?
He asked you a question, brother, man. He asked you a question.
Here's what I'm going to say. Because, once again, he wasn't, at the time Tyson Fury wasn't, he might not have been alive, but he was young in the 1990s when the heavyweight class was at its best, or close to at its best, because even in the 70s and 80s they had greats too. But at this time, we can't speak to that same level of greatness. But Tyson Fury, I don't know. He's put out the people in front of him.
Okay, but he ain't fought
He
nobody.
has a draw. He's undefeated, huh?
He hasn't fought no top tier heavyweights. You can't even name one.
He fought Tyson. He fought Deontay Wilder 3
Are we
times.
kidding? Are we serious?
See, that's the same thing that happened with the Floyd situation. Before that, everybody put Deontay Wilder was inch because he was that guy, right? Just like before Anthony Joshua took his losses.
No, Joshua was not that guy. See, I was never sprung over none of these dudes. I thought Deontay Wilder was not skilled. I figured he was going to lose to Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua, not skilled. Hasn't fought anybody. They just gave him title shots because he's 22-0. But when you look at those 22 people he's fought, they're nobody. He's not beating anybody. These people are just having a little bit of fights and going in little streets where they're undefeated, and then they're getting getting opportunity to get in the championship fights. They're not beating anybody. When you look back in the day, dudes had to fight 40, 50 fights. They was fighting before you was getting championship offers. Well, not 40, 50 fights. I'm being a little extreme, but you had to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think Usyk, your boy Usyk, who just fought Anthony Joshua, I think he's 19-0, bro.
Look at that. That's what I'm saying.
So
That's an amateur record. That's a fucking amateur record.
yo, man.
You a title holder?
So basically, Tyson Fury hasn't fought anybody because, like you said, now it can speak to the level. It can speak to the level of the weight class nowadays. There's not as many. First off, there aren't as many greats in that in the amount of boxers in that weight class. I'm into you. I don't even know how many are actually in that weight class nowadays like that. That's why sometimes it takes a while for them to find like Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. So,
Yo, hold on. I just want to add to it. Yeah, it's confirmed. Your boy Usyk got his 20th win by beating Joshua for the second time. So that means he was actually like 18-0 when he first got his world title shot.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How are you getting a title shot at 18-0?
Yo, a minimum of 20 fights, at least before the 90s, before you even get a title shot. A minimum of 20 fights. Like, you know, yeah, man. But listen, I say this though, Usyk seems to be of a different cloth.
He's a better fighter than Anthony Joshua. I picked him to beat Anthony Joshua the first fight.
Yeah, man. And he's not trying to be funny. He's a 6'3", man. He's a bigger guy than a lot of people think. 6'3", about 240. So it's like, yo, this is a guy who in any generation would have been a problem. Like, you know what I mean?
So you think he'll be Fury?
Listen, I think he has the footwork to beat Fury and has the boxing style to beat him because he puts punches together. He's a smart fighter. His conditioning is out the wazoo. And he's tactical. Like, and what I mean by that is I've seen him make in-fight adjustments to a level that I don't see from Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen from Anthony Joshua since that Klitschko fight. So, yeah, man, I think Usyk will have a chance, especially with Tyson Fury retiring after every goddamn fight. You know what I
He
mean?
probably
Like,
does that to bring up the value.
yeah, but I gotta wonder if what comes with that retirement is some beer, some chilling. You know what I mean? Or are you staying ready, man? This guy Usyk is damn near fighting for the military in the Ukraine, my ninja. You know what his state of mind is right now? Like, if anything, he's primed for a fight, man. So I seen Tyson Fury chiming in, you know what I mean, talking about he's ready to fight again. I don't know, maybe that's next. Maybe that's next.
Yup.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. Y'all don't think Holyfield could beat Tyson Fury?
Nah,
I
bro.
don't think so.
I'm not gonna do that.
Personally, I don't think so.
Really?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that, bro.
I don't think
I know.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
I don't think he
I'm not gonna do that.
That's just my opinion. I don't know.
Cause
Like Tyson Fury hasn't fought nobody even remotely close to Holyfield.
listen, man.
Okay, name them then. If you keep saying here I go, I keep asking you to name competition. You ain't naming them.
But you gotta remember though, he's not from here though. So he's basically been fighting fighters in the UK, like the Derek Chisoras and all that shit, David Hayes.
Yeah.
These are guys who are big deals over there, but maybe not over here.
Honest.
You know?
Let's be honest. Them big deal fighters over there are not the same as American fighters.
Listen, the heavyweight division over here been trash over a couple of years, though. So
Huh?
the heavyweight division over here has been trash for a while.
So all we left with is what you can get, but the UK ain't offering nothing when it comes to heavyweights.
Well, right now,
His skill set, from what I've seen,
they had two of the last 3 world champions, bro. And if
I
you,
want you guys to show me who Tyson Fury has fought that's equivalent to Holyfield. He has not fought no top 10 guy. He's fought over there, but there's no beast though. There ain't no killers over there. They're not the same fighters as over here.
so wait a minute. Let me ask you this though: do you think Deontay Wilder would have beat Holyfield?
No.
All right. So I'm glad you didn't say yes, because then I would have just had to be like, all right, now you tripping and shit. All right.
Oh no. Deontay Wilder would have lost. Deontay Wilder had skill and actually knew how to box. He'd be a problem.
I agree with that.
He'd be a problem. He has
Holyfield would have leaned on him. He would have given him a few headbutts. He would have outsmarted him easily. He would have outsmarted Wilder.
Holyfield would have ate that body up.
Yeah, he would have outsmarted Wilder easily.
Eat his body up, then go to the head.
Yo, listen, man. And you watch those fights with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder probably threw 2 body punches the whole 3 fights, man.
The whole time, yeah. The whole time.
He's not a balanced fighter, and I just think with Usyk, his movement in and out, side to side, the way he puts his punches together, I think that's not the fight Tyson Fury wants to just hop up off the couch. But being that he's such a showman, and he got, listen, I respect Tyson Fury's heart, man. He's just the type of champion to do it. That's why I say, if anybody, like, he transcends era. Like, give that man his flowers. I think Tyson Fury could have fought in any generation. Just my opinion, my humble opinion.
And you said you think what? You said you think Tyson Fury could have won?
Against who in specific though?
Oh, you said no. Okay, I thought you said something about you think he could fight at any time.
No, I said I feel like he could have fought in any generation and been a meaningful champion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody
You think
just
he
going
could
to
have
get
fought
him.
in the 80s, in the late 80s, in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the heavyweight division in the late 80s. Like, I mean, Mike Tyson wasn't beating people that was superb. Like, we talking about Trevor Burbick and stuff like that. Like, these type of people is not really, you know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes was finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the type of people he would have been fighting. Like, the same people that Mike Tyson was coming up off on, Mitch Greens and shit like that. These are the people that was out there. Like, so, like, listen, man, I don't know. I can't really say the competition was that much greater when Mike became champ. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think he'd have beat Riddick Bowe.
Well, Riddick Bowe never fought Mike neither. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but That would have been a good one. Tyson Fury versus young Riddick Bowe.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Riddick Bowe was having issues with Andrew Galata. Only thing was Andrew Galata was throwing too many low blows.
And Galata will be the prototype of the boxing style.
Oh, I'll give you another one of that Tyson Fury not fucking. Who fucking with Lennox Lewis?
I'll give you Lennox Lewis. I don't know for sure if Lennox Lewis would have beat.
Yo, Lennox, honestly, Lennox is one of
would've-
my favorite heavyweights of all time. So I can't.
Yeah,
really
but I don't know if he would have beaten Tyson Fury.
I would have gave it to Lennox.
Crazy too, bro.
I would have gave it to Lennox.
Still said it's crazy too.
No, how?
I'll give you the fact that Lennox Lewis is a lefty.
No, he's not.
I think
Orthodox. He's orthodox.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
my fault. I was thinking about you're right. Chris Bird is a lefty, but Mama said I forgot that. Yeah, Mama said I wasn't thinking about Chris Bird, but I was just thinking that Lennox Lewis was a lefty. Mama said Lennox Lewis was an orthodox, and I think you still underestimating the fact of Tyson Fury's height.
Yeah, but that's good. To be honest, though.
Wait a minute, Lennox Lewis is 6'5" though, bro. Like, so, yeah, like that's not just gonna be.
And I believe Tyson Fury is about 6'8", if I remember correctly.
He's like 6'8", 6'9", but that doesn't necessarily make an advantage, though. Just because you taller that doesn't necessarily. That can also work to your disadvantage as well.
Absolutely, but there's a difference when you're punching up as opposed to punching downward.
That's what I'm saying. You don't gotta punch up. You can focus right on the body. So you now turn the disadvantage into an advantage. It'd be a disadvantage trying to punch up if you were trying to fight
on your outlook, yes, depending on your outlook and the type of fighting you are. Yes, I agree with that. But Tyson Fury is still. Like I said, I like Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was a great fighter. I can't definitively say yes or no.
The Klitschko would beat Tyson Fury.
Listen, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. That one I don't know about. I think
Klitschko. The other one, the one that fought Lennox Lewis, I don't think he would beat.
You talking about Vitaly?
Vitaly, yeah. I don't think Tyson Fury would beat him.
Listen, they both.
He might beat Vitaly. Let me not say. He might beat Vitaly.
Listen.
No, I haven't seen Tyson Fury fight any heavyweights that was like beat any impressive heavyweights. And to be honest, that was the same thing with Deontay Wilder. He had 40 fights, but he beat a bunch of nobody. There was nobody that, if you look at the people he was beating.
Listen, if we basing it off of competition, we always gonna have that argument that who is the caliber.
Yeah.
En sus humanidades, se les acabó el gas que traían. Esta pelea nos recuerda a la pelea con Chucho Castillo, la segunda. Ahí entró Olivares, se enganchó con el upper de izquierda. Se enganchó Olivares con el upper de izquierda de Argüello y se fue a la lona. Está tocado el muchacho de la colonia Bondojo. Se encontró Olivares, se abrió de capa, entró, lo prendió con la izquierda Argüello en cortito, ni siquiera lanzó el golpe Argüello, nomás le puso la mano, se estrelló Olivares solo contra la izquierda y se fue a la lona. Olivares está cometiendo un error, incitó al Argüello a que se viniera rápidamente a pelear y creemos que esto solamente lo hacen los novatos. Olivares lo acaba de hacer, está cambiando cuero. Hay que decirles que las piernas de Olivares no están respondiendo bastante bien. Está cambiando cuero Olivares, pero se está metiendo en la boca del lobo, ya que sus piernas no están respondiendo bien. Ahí vemos al cuello, lo prendió bien.
If there has to be a fight, then I'm ready. I'ma bring it any way I gotta swing it. The powers that be do for evil that men do. Some people gotta fight just because they see me. I want World War III on hunger. Keep my focus, get ready to rumble. Each month is a round and the fight of my life. It's me against my whole world, but I'm ready for the fight. If you gotta hold me down, cause I'm coming for the crown, I'm gonna stand my ground and be the best pound for pound. I'm ready, 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 yes, I'm ready, 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 ready for the fight. I'm ready, ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready, ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready.
They want plenty of others. Oh, got in there. Alley. Joe was wobbled. Major Bush with the action. Alley playing himself to try for a knockout. Alley opens the
A murderous hook by Joe Frazier, and Machen came back with a hard...
Take down quick, Joe.
You've described him as the fighter you most admire. Your old adversary, we've flown him from Philadelphia. Smoking Joe.
Yeah. If there has to be a fight, then I'm ready. I'ma bring it any way I gotta swing it. The powers that be do for evil that men do. Some people gotta fight just because they see me. I want World War III on hunger. Keep my focus, get ready to rumble. Each month is a round and the fight of my life. It's me against my whole world, but I'm ready for the fight. If you gotta hold me down, cause I'm coming for the crown, I'm gonna stand my ground and be the best pound for pound. I'm ready, 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 yes, I'm ready, 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 ready for the fight. I'm ready, ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready, ready, ready for the fight. Yes, I'm ready.
Take down quick, Joe.
You've described him as the fighter you most admire. Your old adversary, we've flown him from Philadelphia. Smoking Joe.
Se les acabó el gas que traían. Esta pelea nos recuerda a la pelea con Chucho Castillo, la segunda. Ahí entró Olivares, se enganchó con el upper de izquierda. Se enganchó Olivares con el upper de izquierda de Argüello y se fue a la lona. Está tocado el muchacho de la colonia Bondojo. Se encontró Olivares, se abrió de capa, entró, lo prendió con la izquierda Argüello en cortito, ni siquiera lanzó el golpe a Argüello, nomás le puso la mano, se estrelló Olivares solo contra la izquierda y se fue a la lona. Olivares está cometiendo un error, incitó al Argüello a que se viniera rápidamente a pelear y creemos que esto solamente lo hacen los novatos. Olivares lo acaba de hacer, está cambiando cuero. Hay que decirles que las piernas de Olivares no están respondiendo bastante bien. Está cambiando cuero Olivares, pero se está metiendo en la boca del lobo, ya que sus piernas no están respondiendo bien. Ahí vemos a Argüello, lo prendió.
A murderous hook by Joe Frazier, and Machen came back with a hard left.